everybody. Happy Saturday, and welcome to Original Sin. This is our first Mothership game, and hopefully a long line of them. Again, I have way too many games, but who the hell cares? They're all fun. So let's get started. I have four great players today. I'm going to have them introduce themselves, tell us who they're playing. We're going to play a short intro, and then we're going to jump right in. So let's go in a different order this today. Let's start with Minty first.
Howdy, folks. I'm Minty Vo, and today I'm going to be playing Mo, the Space Marine Cowboy Attaché, head of security, and owner of the world's cutest Shiba Inu on the ship. Just the fact there's only one means nothing.
Exactly. And let's talk to Q.
Hey guys, I'm Q. I'll be playing Walter, one of the two androids on the ship. Walter is pretty much straight-laced, no nonsense, there to observe and not get in the way.
Yeah. So not even chewing bubblegum and kicking ass.
Right. No, just stepping back and handing out bubblegum.
Right. All right. Let's talk to Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen. I'm playing Taylor, another android who is really creepy looking, actually.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good to know. And finally, Sandra.
Hi everyone, I'm Sandra, and I'll be playing Juliana, or Jules Nix, and she is the pilot and apparently captain of this vessel and this crew. Don't call her captain, please.
Aye, captain. All right. Okay, enough with the intro. Let's start the show, as they say. We open up, as in most space shows, movies, games, with a scene of just empty space ahead of us. From the bottom of the screen, a small vehicle approaches, shaped almost kind of triangular, in that it has a distinct nose to the ship, some flared out wings. Think of probably something between a space shuttle and the Millennium Falcon. It pulls into view, and then as the camera pans up, we see what looks like a space station of sorts. It's circular, with 6 different kind of nodes, almost like around it, with a large center. So there's different passageways. Almost looks like bringing it almost could be almost like a really messed up wheel, like with spokes coming out, but it's really kind of differently shaped. The ship we're looking at is known as the Sparrow. It is a salvage ship, owned by a company called Orion Industries. And the crew of this particular ship, the Sparrow, have been sent to rendezvous with this vehicle they see ahead of us, which is known as the Armstrong. The Sparrow pulls forward and then comes to a small stop, and that's when we pan back and further into the Sparrow, where we come into the cockpit, where we see one character sitting as she is kind of finishing off the initial approach and has kind of slowed the sparrow down. So that's where we see our first character, who's known as Jules. And would you give us an idea what Jules looks like?
Jules is a woman in her probably early 40s. She, you see that she has trained, that she has a certain physique to her, but that it's also something from the past in a bit. She wears this kind of standard kind of overalls, just standard issued actually clothing.
Does she have any kind of insignia on her shoulders, perhaps?
Yeah, she has this pretty large patch, which is set on her right shoulder, on the sleeve, and it says Icarus with 2 wings.
Ah, very cool. Sitting across from her is a figure known to her. Their appearance at first is a little offsetting, perhaps, to people who aren't familiar with this particular model of android. It's a model that has kind of a unique looking facial structure. And this character is known as Taylor. So why don't you tell us a little bit about Taylor?
Okay. Taylor has been given the voice of Siri because all of her counterparts are carefully made in a factory with low budget. She's a bit creepy to sometimes to people, but she does not understand why.
All right. So you've reached your destination. Further back in the ship, we have 3 characters are at work. One of them is kind of a bedraggled man with kind of a long beard, kind of wild eyes. He has been working on some kind of coolant system within the system or the ship, and he keeps kind of sliding himself out from underneath a cabinet, grunting something, some mumbling some kind of curse before kind of rolling himself back. Seated nearby him are two other characters. One, I believe, is possibly wearing a cowboy hat. Let me look up what his official title is again. Security and loss prevention. Could you go ahead and describe Mo to us?
Mo is, to most people, maybe just the average person. Average height between 5'9", 5'11". Average build, athletic, but nothing really out of this world, pun intended. Couple scars here and there. The most interesting thing about them is, number one, they got fatigues on with a patch, all black, and all it has is bold white words on it saying, "I can't fix stupid." And in one hand, they're just helping out, doing tools and shit, and the other, they're just kind of holding a tennis ball.
Hey, Mo, I need that ball peen hammer. And you see this grubby hand like reach out from underneath the. Yeah, give it to me.
I will if you promise to wash your hands after this shit.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man. We're in space. There's no germs up. There's no germs out here.
You ever look at the health insurance they offer? It ain't that good to be playing these kinds of risks. And they'll grab the hammer and just slowly hand it over.
And you hear some like distinct banging on something. They say, 163 days, brother. That's all I got. 163 days left.
To live.
Well, if I do my job right, no. Seated nearby at a computer terminal is another android. I hate to just call them the android, but they're the new kid on the ship. They're kind of the unknown value, and that would be Walter. I want you to tell us a little bit about Walter.
Walter is average height, sort of lanky, average features, light brown hair. Seems to be fully designed to be just an everyman sort of character to put everyone at ease. There's nothing that stands out about any facial features or body features. He is sort of the looks like someone just took a bunch of pictures, averaged them together, and that became his face.
All right. So basically, he's AI art.
Yeah.
All right. The onboard computer does not speak. Jules might have disabled that function at some point, but the instructions that it will detail do come up on the monitor, and it indicates that now that you've reached your destination, the orders from headquarters are that you are to dock with the Armstrong and really try to see what's on board. They were really just sent to rendezvous with it and basically tow it back to Spire Station. There were no specific orders about what you could do once you reached it. Again, they suggest docking with it, but other than that, they're kind of leaving it up to Jules and her crew to decide kind of what's best. As long as the Armstrong is brought back to Spire Station intact, they'll get paid.
Sounds good.
She's going to do I see a convenience point to where to dock, or a convenient point to, I think we just said last time there are no tractor beams, but we have this kind of crane idea.
You do. You have kind of on the top of the ship, almost like these two retractable arms that come up out of the hull and kind of can stretch forward, almost like vice grips to like grab onto something. And the way you generally do it is once you've kind of grabbed hold, you rotate the ship so that then you pull the item back. Now you do have, and I'm going to open it up in the window here in a second and show you a picture of the Armstrong, or at least the author's attempt at a picture of the Armstrong. Okay. So the full name of it is the UNRF Armstrong, which stands for United Nations Research Facility. When you approach, you basically see it in this view. So you would know there is a docking port at the top. There are basically nodes for different sections. And then here are the engines that propel it. When you arrive, there are no lights on. It looks like nobody's home. The ship has been missing for 2 years and has now appeared basically on radar. Nobody could find it previously. So this is kind of the schematic you guys would be looking at to help you plan.
Is it actually a ring, or is that just
it is a ring?
Oh.
It is a ring. And then the part I was stumbling over was this command center is this almost kind of star kind of shape in the middle. So there's basically passageways that connect to the command center. So
okay. Walter to Captain Nix. Walter to Captain Nix.
Yes, Walter.
I've been monitoring your approach. I recommend not docking until we send over 1 or 2 crew members on a spacewalk to ascertain the safety of the situation.
Thank you for volunteering, Walter. I think you and Taylor would be perfect for that.
Thank you, Captain. I appreciate that.
And one additional order, don't call me Captain. That's the 3rd time I said that.
Yes, Captain. Yes,
Ugh.
Jules.
Dallas just chuckles as he pulls himself out from the thing, just kind of wiping his hands on his coveralls, and he's like, "She hates that. Keep calling her Captain."
Now you gotta be creative with it.
I seem to be incapable of not calling her Captain.
Oh, brand fresh out of the factory programming. Don't worry, you'll get over it. Maybe.
I assure you, Mo, I'm not that young.
Whatever you say.
Crash.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess we're going to see this other ship.
Any team meeting needed or anything, Jules? Or you think these two have it?
I rely on the knowledge and experience of Taylor, since this is probably something we have done multiple times.
Mhm.
We are doing this work for quite some time now.
And they will not require necessarily. They don't have to have on any kind of special suits to go out. Although it's generally advisable, but it's depends on how they feel. I mean, 'cause again, they don't breathe, so.
Don't breathe. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you would be able to from the top of the ship. There's an area about kind of between where the retractable arms come up, that a kind of a hatch, like a pressure, like an airlock, that they would be able to come out on tethers and approach the ship. You've gotten close enough, so you're probably about 40 meters away. So you haven't docked yet. You're probably, again, about 40 meters away. So what do Taylor and Walter plan to do? They plan to...
I'm going to get suited up.
Okay.
Get ready to go across.
Okay, a suit would be a good idea, but you don't have to.
You don't have to, yeah.
Don't have to.
Yeah, Taylor is one of a kind of robot that are all identical and has never been wearing clothing. She just has her plastic and metal.
Is
and
she
an
like,
unfinished head.
is she like a Barbie doll, or is she like
No.
clothed? Or okay.
No, she's just like plastic. Like just they didn't.
that's
that's her
right.
body, so it's just plastic.
They
plastic
do
and
have
metal, cheaply made. Yeah.
I know she does, and I believe Walter does have like the company uniform or whatever they call it, which allows, I think, 1 point of armor.
Okay.
So, but
So
then
she could
once
be wearing that, yeah.
But then once it's done, it's done. Now, does Walter have a suit? Let me trying to look at his sheet again.
I just have corporate attire. I didn't.
Okay.
Think I bought a space suit?
You didn't. Nah. Okay. Corporate attire is fine. Okay.
I assumed the ship would have suits for us.
They do. Yep. Yep. So I just seeing if you wanted to use them or not. So.
Yep.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I'm a character. Walter does everything to try to fit in.
Yeah. Taylor does not.
It's not entirely obvious whether it's a conscious effort or if it's just part of his programming.
The card the suit he has does allow him 2 additional points of armor. So Taylor, I don't think your head would fit in
Mm.
the standard suit because it's a little too spiky, I think.
Right. It has all of these like metal wires
So,
and
Okay.
cords and stuff. on it.
Okay. So what we're gonna need to get over to the ship, I'm gonna say that's probably a speed roll.
Speed
Um,
roll? Okay.
Because it's not combat, it's not intellect, and I don't think either of you have 0G. So
I don't think so.
Nope.
So I'd like you each to make a speed roll, and you're just going to click on speed.
Okay.
I failed.
Okay, you failed. Okay. All right.
I didn't roll yet.
Okay.
Let's try that again.
Okay. You succeeded. Okay. So Walter, you are going to take 1 point of stress every time you fail a stat roll. You're gonna take 1 point of stress. So you want to on your character sheet. Yep, exactly. Change that to 3. Okay, good. Okay. Walter seems to have a little bit of trouble moving in the suit. He's gotten out there, but he hasn't completely oriented himself. Well, Taylor seems to be much more natural at this. And she reaches the docking port, and Walter lags a little bit, but does eventually make his way over there. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. I feel bad. I missed some of these comments.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I almost need someone who's in charge of just posting the comments.
Mhm.
I need an assistant. So.
And there's no way you can just let them go through.
No, because it's like you have to tell it. You have to show them. So I'm gonna have to see if there's a way I can give somebody like higher access or something. Because I hate to miss them.
Oh.
Okay. So yes,
Okay.
so you've now reached the port, and what would you like to do?
Oh. Is the port open to us?
It is
or-
not. Nope.
It is not.
Nope.
Okay. I'm going to look around to see if there's like a hatch opening or buttons of some kind.
Okay. Walter?
Same thing. There's got to be some sort of manual
Mhm.
Okay.
door opening.
That sounds like an intellect roll to me.
Okay. For both of us?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Success.
Okay, awesome.
Fail.
Okay.
Oh,
Taylor.
We're quite the pair.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So on Taylor's sheet, you're going to
Mhm.
want to add one stress into that current stress. So you should now be at 3.
Okay.
Okay.
We will do that.
You were perhaps looking out into the majestic wonder of space.
Hmm.
Oh, geez. Hold on, guys.
That's a good one.
You're on board, it is, yeah.
Walter, you find a kind of an outside mechanism that could be used if not really if somebody's like forcing their way in, but like a manual way to open it. And it takes a couple clicks. You're clicking it, and eventually you do hear some mechanism open, and the kind of the iris almost kind of opens up a little bit, and it kind of takes a couple seconds, and it's kind of rolling open, but now the ship would be able to dock with the Armstrong.
Okay, good. Let's go in through the iris and check things out, make sure it's safe-ish, you know?
You can try that.
I mean, unless there's a door.
Well, I mean, typically it's meant for something to come into it and dock into it. You could try to perhaps force the door open, but that might cause an air breach.
Oh,
Because
right.
basically when the ship comes in, it's going to pressurize and lock everything down. If you try to force it
Right.
open, You're
then
welcome to try.
I guess I'd like to go to the nearest airlock then.
Okay.
And do it the right way.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I will follow.
Okay. All right. Well, these airlocks that are on here are inside the ship. These are inside the ring. So really your only way in is through the docking port.
Okay, so then there's got to be a way for someone to get in and out, a human-sized thing to get in and out for maintenance.
You could try making another intellect roll, but this is going to be at a disadvantage.
Okay.
Welcome us to roll, or
Whoever wants to try, but then you're basically getting inside the port. You're kind of going inside the port and then seeing if you can open up the doors manually. So okay, so that's a disadvantage of 28. You still got it though.
Still got it.
Okay, and Taylor's off looking at stars. No. Okay. Yeah, you probably could open it. Again, it's not really built to be manually entered. Doesn't look like there was any kind of safety features. There's really no escape pods that you see on this thing. This seems like this was really the only way in and out. You could manually open it if need be.
Right, but then if it's under pressure,
Mhm.
so,
Yeah.
Okay.
Standard protocol would not be to do this.
Right. All right. Then get on the cons. Walter to Captain. Walter to Jules.
Yes,
Thank you,
Walter.
Crash.
We have engaged the docking ring manually. You are free to dock at your leisure. There seems to be no other way to enter the station to ascertain the safety at this point. The station seems to have been built by idiots.
Copy that, Walter. Please return to the Sparrow before I dock. Don't want to get you caught in something.
Copy that.
do that.
Walter out.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not going to make you make checks to get back. We're gonna keep it pretty simple. You guys get back on the Sparrow. Okay, so when Jules is ready, she's going to need to make a piloting roll to get the ship over and try to dock with it. So you're going to click on piloting, and then you can add in, I would say, intellect.
Yeah.
To make your roll. Let's see how you do.
Okay, fingers crossed.
Oh, very nice.
That's good.
Smooth as silk. She pulls up. I'm picturing their dock is probably on maybe the bottom of the ship. So they basically come above it, and then she kind of lowers down onto the docking port. But the entire sequence takes a couple of minutes, but smooth as silk. Gets everything hooked up, everything's pressurized, and the door is open, as they would say.
Before I would actually open the door, I would want to instruct the crew to gather up some light.
Damn, we forgot to chat.
Oh, don't call me out like that. It feels always like for me. That's how it feels for me every time. I think she's going to instruct the crew to take some flashlights, probably some tools, just some easy equipment. Yeah, the same as always. She will also instruct to, since this station hasn't been, we don't know what's in there. We don't know where it's been. So she will also instruct, especially Mo, to take some weaponry. with
Oh
us.
yeah. The minute this meeting is called, Mo has their shotgun strapped to their back. But before they do go, they kind of will look to the captain. We want to try and hail them on the comm, see if anyone's actually in there, or if nobody wants to answer.
I hope that nobody answers, but let's try. Let's see.
Well, if somebody do answer, we can add personnel recovery to the bill. I don't know which armed forces this is at, but bill it to them.
I honestly don't get paid enough for that. But
Do any of us get paid enough?
No.
Dallas chimes in from a monitor, and he's like, "I know I don't." He's like, "Hey, do you know if you can breathe on that thing before you go walking in there? I think you might want to do a little more investigation, if you don't mind me saying so, Captain."
She actually pauses for probably a bit of a comfortable amount of time. Are we able to scan the ship from here?
You can, yes. Let me look at everyone's character sheets. I think the thing that Taylor has is more of a handheld. That's more for looking for
Biological life.
biologicals. Yeah.
Mhm.
I would think a computer's role would be able to maybe sync up with the Armstrong's system to get an idea of the conditions inside. Who would like to make a computer roll?
Taylor.
Let me find it. Okay.
Okay.
Rolling computers.
So you're gonna click on. Okay, well, hold on.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. I'm gonna let you roll it again. Okay.
Okay,
What you're
let's
gonna
try
do
that again.
is when you click on computers,
Mm-hmm.
there's gonna be a stat you can add to it.
Oh, okay.
And I would add intelligence.
Intelligence.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's try that again.
And you gain a point of stress.
Oh no.
Some things you can't tell what the conditions are on board.
Okay. May I assist you, Technician Taylor?
Yes, of course.
You can roll again, yeah.
Roll again.
Or,
okay. Wait.
Or if Walter wants to roll, that's fine.
Yeah,
Could do that.
Okay.
Either one. I think we're roughly the same.
Probably.
I think pretty close.
Stats
Yeah.
on that one. Ooh, just squeaked by.
Okay. It is breathable. It would seem that the environmental systems on board are still working despite the it looks like the power is off. Yeah, so from what you have ascertained from the ship's system is that environmental systems are on and functioning at normal capacity.
Okay. Report that to the rest of the crew.
Walter, you got an in on their comm system?
I believe we can patch into their comm system. Yes. I also have short-range communications of my own if you wish me to take point.
If you want to see if you can hail them, at the very least, no one can get us for unauthorized entry. Quote unquote.
That would be another computer roll, but advantage this time. And did you see where you check advantage, disadvantage?
I did.
Okay.
Do you want me or Jen to do it?
I would say Walter, since he already got through.
All
So.
right. And advantage.
Nice. All right. You can connect to their communications.
Jules, we are connected to their communications if you'd like to make a speech.
I caught
She
that
looked-
reference.
She looks very uncomfortable at you. She doesn't like giving speeches. But she'll probably she'll probably just has this standardized message. This is the Sparrow speaking. We have just docked your station. If there is any one on board, please communicate back to us.
Oh, come on, Jules. You got to have a little bit more gusto than that.
And as the expression goes, radio silence.
Creak, creak.
Well, you can try if you want to. Probably you can drill it in or something.
Listen here, you primitive screwheads.
Come on, Jules. You're the captain. Here's how you're supposed to do it. And Mo will get on the mic. United Nations Research Facility Armstrong, you have been missing for 2 years and have been designated as scrap material on a contract accepted by Orion Systems. We are the USS Sparrow. We are here to collect on said contract. If there are any personnel on board, you are required to report to your command center, along with reports of anything that led to this disappearance. Any sort of disobedience will be reported to your company. Over and out.
And going on your permanent record.
See?
Well
Everyone's
spoken,
most
Officer Mo.
I had toyed around with an idea of, in the Alien movies, they have Mother.
Mhm.
I had toyed around with having Crash be the voice of Mother. Excuse me 1 second. Let you guys talk.
You can't just leave us with
I think that
that.
would be
No.
But
Yeah.
great. Crash, please advise.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
see,
Yeah.
you just let them know what we're here for. Because now, later on, if they do something stupid, the company can't back it to us. We told them the what's up.
That's right. And we have to wait the requisite 5 minutes for them to respond. Then we can enter.
Sorry about that. Real life cut in. So, okay. Alrighty. Okay. So, I think I really had toyed around with it and thought, oh, that'd be a great thing. But anyway,
We get
maybe
to come
for a
up with
future.
an acronym that Crash stands for. Awesome.
I'll leave it up to Crash. It's something we can workshop for a future game, perhaps.
Computerized response and analysis system hegemony.
There you go.
I had to struggle with the H for a second.
Okay. All right. So now we're ready to see if you guys want to go on board or not.
Yeah, let's do this.
Okay.
Seems perfectly safe. What could go wrong?
Okay. So do we have now Dallas is then just chimed in from the screen. I ain't going on that fucking thing. It just turns off the screen.
All right.
What if we need him to fix something?
Right now, I just want to lock them into the showers for about a couple hours. Let them figure this out.
Comes on the screen. I heard that. I have a problem with sweat. Turns off.
The solution is water.
No response.
I will gladly give up my week's ration of water for him to bathe.
Oh.
Okay. So is there a particular marching order, or I hate to go all D&D on you, but
I think Mo goes first, and the rest of
Okay.
us kind of thumble along behind him.
Right. Yes. that.
holding your scalpel, Taylor.
Well, she's probably going to take the bioscanner instead.
That's probably a good
Right.
idea. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You open up the airlock into the Armstrong. It opens up with the hiss, no smoke or anything, but just and when you come in, you notice the walls are all this like just stark white, beautiful white. There are emergency lights on. As you come in, you're almost kind of like stepping down into this hallway that you see leads left or right. There are emergency lights on, giving just some bare light. And if you look either way, you see there are airlocks between really on either side that seem to lead further into the to the station.
Let's find the command center first.
Okay. There is a door in front of you that requires a key card to get through.
Okay.
Taylor, would you be able to open the door? Or do we need to search for that key card?
I might be able to override its protocol and open the door. And I
Yeah.
pull a wire from the back of my head and try to plug it into this thing if there's an outlet or like a space, and then just start kind of
Okay.
focusing for a bit.
Would you like to use hacking, perhaps?
That'd be a good idea. But
Okay.
this would help with the hacking. So
Well, okay. Well, what you would
Yeah.
do is you would click on your hacking and then apply your intelligence. This is going to be at disadvantage, though.
At disadvantage.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know how to click it for disadvantage.
You click it, and then when you do advantage disadvantage, you just hit that drop down beneath it.
Oh, okay, got it. So this is disadvantage, I guess,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
It's putting both in there, so
It does. It does.
Okay.
It's when you roll it, then what it does is it tells you the results on either roll.
okay.
So
For those of you watching at home, we're fumbling around on Foundry.
Yes.
Mhm.
This is right. Mhm.
Okay. So at disadvantage, you rolled a
Mhm.
27. You actually got that.
Wow.
So it does kind of make kind of a weird noise. But the door just opens just a little bit. Like it doesn't fully slide open. It's almost like you pop the lock, but it doesn't fully open.
That is as far as I can get this to go.
Let me see if I can encourage it to open further.
Okay.
Not get in the gap and
Okay. What
make
are
a
you
fool of
using?
myself. Strength.
Strength? Okay. Okay.
Just
All right.
trying to,
Okay.
force it open.
Okay. Yeah, it's just going to be a regular strength roll.
Failure.
You can't budget. Gain a stress.
Right.
And it's too narrow for someone to try to slip through.
All right. Seems as though someone didn't want someone to get through here. Let's see.
Can we look through the gap, or is it?
Sure. Yeah. If you could try to kind of stick your head through.
No, just from if it's a small space. At least it's a light on the other side.
Yeah. You can see that what looks like there's kind of a stairway that goes slightly down into what is the command center. Again, just emergency lights on. You can't really see anything. But if you shine your flashlight in, just kind of looking in, you don't necessarily see anybody moving. You don't really see anything besides computer terminals, a lot of chairs, but quick glance, nothing. Don't hear anything.
At least we
Okay.
found the command center.
All right. How about the ventilation system? How do they get air into this hallway?
If you look up, there are in the hallways you're in. Yeah, there's a very, very small ventilation grates almost.
So
Only-
also
only
not
about-
something we
yeah.
can get into.
Yeah. You cannot Bruce Willis it.
All right, can we strap a camera to the dog and send the dog through the vents?
Oh, if Walter says that out loud, it is going to be a funny reaction.
Yeah. Officer Mo, can we borrow your dog?
I'm going to give you
Mo?
about 10 seconds to explain.
Mo,
I
you're
would
going to take
like
one
to-
stress just
I
for
would like
hearing
to.
that.
Yeah.
Nobody touches Queenie.
I would like to fit Queenie with a camera and place her into the ventilation system so we can
Oh,
get a better
hell
look.
no, you ain't. We don't know what's going on with this station. I am not risking that dog.
Understood. But
Let
what
me
is the
try-
purpose of the dog?
The dog serves the purpose of makes me happy.
Queenie growls at Walter.
Just a gentle, I just scoop him up one arm.
Ah, my apologies, Morale Officer Queenie.
I do have an idea, though. So this door, it just like slides to the left. Is there any like track on it or any sort of hinges on it?
No. I mean, it's like, basically it comes in and out of the wall. I mean, there is a track that it runs on, but it's very heavy. And if the full power was on, it probably would have opened. But
Okay, all right. So we're looking at pulling out the toolkit and taking the door apart, like
I was thinking the same. Mhm.
spending some time just disassembling stuff.
Or we could trigger an alarm.
as a hint, you could try going another way.
Yeah, I mean, it is a win.
I mean,
No,
you could-
we're gonna
you-
bang our heads against this door.
That's
Are
at,
you
you,
railroading us? No.
no. I'm not. I'm trying not to railroad you. I'm trying to say you could go back to the docking port, go one of the other ways, and try to get through one of the airlocks. But it is absolutely up to you.
Yeah. So, do you want to spend time here, which could take a while? Or
It would.
shall we
It would
look
take
for
a while.
another-
Yes. And lots of rolls. So
Yeah.
They might have had some leftover materials in storage. We could go ahead and see what they have there, get a precursory inventory together for a run.
So, I would be interested in seeing what is in Lab 1.
I would also like to see what's in Lab 1.
Jules, it's your call.
Taylor, Walter, Lab 1, Mo, let's go to storage.
I have to use something else for the shotgun because the teddy bear is now the dog.
So many items.
Mhm.
All right.
okay. As you approach each airlock, there is a panel that you can probably try to push to open the airlocks.
Okay. A panel on the door of the airlock, or
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah. Or actually, I'm sorry. Actually, off to the side of the door. So
off to the side.
to-
Like
yeah,
this before, like the same kind of thing.
kind of similar. Yeah.
Kind of similar. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I will attempt to pull a different cord, put it in this one because it looks like it's smaller than the big door, and try to get the door in front of us to open.
That sounds like a hacking roll,
Yes. Okay, we're gonna do that.
and that's again at disadvantage. So
Okay, and
Okay, and you did not. Well, actually, you rolled strength.
I did?
Yeah.
Try again. Sorry. I've had 4 hours sleep, y'all. I don't know. Okay.
Get some caffeine.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm addicted to that, so can't. Yeah. I don't know what I just
Gain a
rolled.
stress. It did not work.
No.
All right.
It did not work. Are you able to connect with this device?
I cannot connect with computers, but I can interface with the door. I pull out the crowbar.
Okay.
Okay. So you're going to attempt to bash it open?
Just try to
Pry it
jam.
open?
I'm guessing it either pops out or in, or it slides, and I'm going to try to convince it to go in whatever direction it wants to go.
All right. So that
like
is
you do
going
with crowbars.
that
I
is
don't know if
going
the
to be-
crowbar gives me a bonus or anything.
I
But
think it does. Let me get your sheet. Let me see where it's at.
it's on the items
Well,
side.
yeah. I think it does in combat or something, but this is what I would say is you're going to make a strength roll at advantage.
All right, yeah, that makes sense.
So using the crowbar, we'll say at advantage.
Ooh, good thing I was at advantage.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of just crank. You just kind of get the right frick, and he just kind of pops open. So the airlock can kind of be shoved out of the way.
Standard issue salvage tools.
You got it. You got it. Okay. I'm gonna switch back over to Jules and Mo. You would run into the same situation as you come up to the airlock. Because I think you were going towards storage. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. So.
And pushing the panel, it just doesn't work?
Doesn't work, no.
Jules, you good with computers?
And that's why we have androids on board.
And we sent them both off. All right. I got an idea.
Just goes to show how much you love the androids.
Is there like a smoke detector or fire alarm detector nearby?
No. You're not supposed to smoke in space.
You're not supposed to smoke in general, but that doesn't stop anyone.
We're in the future. Humanity has moved past that bullshit. People still smoke in this game.
That's right. They inject nicotine straight.
They put in their coffee now.
Nicotine.
All right. An idea did just come to me. You think we would be able to use auto generators to give auxiliary power to this place? Or would the ship be able to handle it?
I'd be a bit worried about doing that. We need to get back. We need to tow this whole facility back.
Now,
we need a little power.
Now, I'm assuming you guys are speaking on comms, or are you speaking just to each other? I want to.
I think Jules will be speaking on comms most of the time, just to have Dallas somewhere.
Okay, I'm going to assume everything you say is on comms, unless you say, like you're trying to say to someone, I cover the comm, and say to. Because when you mention that, Dallas chimes in and he's like, you ain't hooking shit up to this shit, okay? We got to get back. I don't care. All we're supposed to do is haul this thing back. You ain't jury rigging anything, man.
But Technician Dallas, I'm sure between the two of us, we could come up with a viable solution.
Grumble.
Agreed.
All right. Can't go to vents. Nothing can automatically open the door. And I know go computers. That wasn't my specialty.
And I'm sorry, what were you rolling?
Oh, they're not rolling.
Oh.
they're talking aloud on the comms.
Oh,
trying
I
to think.
gotcha. I
Ah.
gotcha. Okay.
We have obtained ingress into Lab 1, if you would care to join us. Jules.
Ms. Nix. So
We'll still be Mrs. Thank you very much.
Nix.
oh, that's right. Oh, never mind. I know something about her history. Okay.
She ate her last husband.
You would be surprised how close you are.
Well, that would be a good idea for the system. It's called Kevin. So anyway, maybe in a future game crash. Okay.
I turn to Mo. I don't think we can get through here unless we have something like a crowbar or something.
Fair enough.
Let's head back to the lab then.
Let's see what they were cooking up in here. Was it drugs or was it worse drugs?
Okay.
It was a United Nations research facility. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Okay. So, do Taylor and Walter wait for the others to join them first before they enter Lab 1?
What? No, I'm already in there.
I'm
yeah.
going in after him then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stay together.
It is very, very standard for what you've seen in other ships. More of a probably a place for chemical testing, maybe soil that's been found on other planets. Very kind of standard setup. A couple of computer terminals there. Again, no power. And I would like Mo to give me an intellect check, please.
On today's episode of The Wrong Person Asked for This Role.
I will let you make it an advantage.
All right.
Oof.
Nope.
Nope.
That's a stress.
Yeah, that's a stress. Okay.
Tragic.
Oh, hold on. Yep. Something happened with the server.
Oh
Okay.
no, gone.
All right. Just start it back up. So, anywho, so, okay. Carry on.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Looking around.
wait for this to pop up again here.
Yeah.
This is some funky ass shit in here.
Okay. Yeah. So in the meantime, you guys are in the lab.
All right. Totally going to be poking around like I know what I'm doing, but I have no clue. I have no background in science.
Are there plants growing still?
No, there are no plants in here.
Okay.
It looks like this is more of a place where they were maybe testing soils. Again, maybe things, you don't see any plants or anything like that, but you do see a lot of storage drawers that seem to be loaded with different specimens. But again, not knowing the ship itself, and a lot of the signs or labels on things appear to be in maybe Norwegian or Swedish.
Now, my Scandinavian country languages ain't the sharpest. This is either an acid or vitamins?
Well,
I don't care which one that is. I'm not taking it.
when the server comes back up, there are people who have linguistic skills.
Yeah.
But
It's
when the,
taken a minute.
yeah,
That's
I know.
just so ominous. We get on the ship and our communications are down.
Exactly.
The linguistics program hasn't been downloaded.
Sure, it wasn't crash. No. Okay, hold on a second. It's almost there. Let me get in here. Okay. I swear this thing it times out after a certain amount of time. Like it just, because I've had, I've had it up for about 2 hours, and I have the feeling it just goes up. I'm done. Like I need a nap. So
Okay.
okay. Yeah, I know. I believe Taylor might have a linguistic skill.
Possibly. I can't see my character sheet just now.
If not, I
though.
do.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like Minty and Q are already back in. So
How did I? Okay. What is happening here? I'm seeing administrator password with a blank.
Just hit F5.
yeah.
F5? Okay.
Yeah.
Where's F5 on my computer?
Usually on
Hold
the
on.
keyboard.
Or whatever.
Yeah,
you
usually
use
on the
to-
keyboard, but
Yeah. Whatever you use
it's
to
a Mac
refresh
keyboard,
the window
so
on Mac.
I'll try this one. No, that didn't work. I don't know how to do this right now.
Okay.
Yeah. F5. Where the hell is F5?
Or whatever you use to refresh the window on a Mac. Maybe a different hotkey.
Yeah. See, that's the thing with the Mac. It's different. So,
Walter has linguistics.
Okay, try that.
Yeah, let's do that. All right,
I will spoon feed you this one.
get my character up here.
Yeah. Oh wait, maybe it's this.
Taylor's having a software update. It's fine.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Software update. Oh no.
Buffering.
I assume
buffering.
intellect and not speed or combat or something.
It would be linguistics and intellect. And wow, it just slides under. It is Norwegian, but you are able to translate it into English. That it indicates these are the samples. You're kind of these are the 2112 samples.
From the year 2112, as opposed to the current year that we're in, which is sometime past that.
2132 you are in
Gotcha.
right now. So
okay, so these samples date back to 2112.
Yeah.
Any indication of what the samples contain?
There's a lot of slides. You're seeing flesh, blood, looks like different body fluids, perhaps.
Juicy. Okay, so let's keep digging and see if we can find out what the studies were about.
Okay.
Can't betray the programming.
It was a good year for samples.
I'll try this again.
Jules, give me an intellect roll, please. And this is going to be an advantage now.
Okay.
Because as you're kind of walking around with your flashlight, holy crow! All right.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That is a 1. I love it. Is the advantage was 1, the disadvantage was 98. So, that is about as critical success as you can. You spy way over in a corner a figure slumped over. Their feet are straight out. They are in kind of similar kind coveralls to you, and they are slumped over with like long hair hanging over their face.
Okay, I'm going to go over to Mo. We have company.
Hostile?
There. She points towards the corner where she sees that figure.
It's immediate. Identify yourself.
No response.
So go over slowly, gun still held out.
Okay.
Final warning. Identify yourself now.
And you cannot see their face. It's like their hair hangs in front of their face. They don't move, though.
Do we see their hands? Do we see any kind of...
One hand is kind of off to the side. One kind of lays on their lap. They appear to be female.
But there's still flesh on there. It's not bones. It's not skeleton.
Correct.
It's not...
Right.
Okay.
Right. It is. Yep.
They'll reach forward and try and part the hair to see the face.
Okay. It is a fairly young face. The eyes are closed. There doesn't appear to be any blood. There is no damage to their face.
Check for a pulse.
There is no pulse.
Confirmation, we have one corpse.
Well, think about how the ship is shaped. No.
Yeah, and then we don't want to go to the command center then.
It's giant TV.
And one
That's
well.
a gravity well. Taylor, Walter, are y'all good with autopsies?
That is not part of my skills.
I have no particular skills in that.
Captain, you good
Sorry,
with
lost that word.
No, I do not have any biological training. Or medical.
All right. Let me show what I learned in the Army, which is figure out if they got shot or not. And that's the only dichotomy we got here. And they'll just gently try and go through, see if they find any like evidence of shotgun wounds, pistol wounds, any sort of like outward projectile trauma.
The body is amazingly light, even though the figure seems to be about close to 6 feet tall. They're amazingly light. And as you kind of run your hands along them, there's no hair on them. Even if you like move some, there's no hair on their body. You do see what looks like almost like an abrasion, maybe even like a stab wound at the back, like at the lower back. But the body is very smooth. Walter, could you give me an intelligence check, please?
Certainly.
And this is going to be at advantage.
I'm having a thought that I don't like right now.
Success.
Okay.
Ooh.
You recognize something about this figure beyond their appearance. There's something, if you were human, it would be your spidey senses going off.
Okay.
But you are almost positive this is an android. But there's something familiar about it, but you kind of reach the edge of your knowledge and not quite there. And Mo has come to the same conclusion that it's an android. But Walter knows a little more. So
Yeah. This would appear to be an android unit, not a human.
Well, shit.
Could we start them up?
Dallas chimes in. Not another fucking one. Don't you dare turn that thing on.
How about
Maybe-
this? You turn on or this thing stays off.
While I have no training in biology, I do have training in computers. Perhaps we could perform a digital autopsy.
Potentially. It is possible.
And I have a line for Crash. Here's your problem. Somebody set the android to evil. So
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I sensed it was coming. So yeah, you can. If you either you or Taylor could attempt to figure out how to turn it back on.
Yeah, let's
probably
work together.
We might be able to. I might be able to hack into it, as I've been doing with this ship, somewhat unsuccessfully. But this might be easier.
Okay. What do you want to try to use? I'm going to let you guys make one roll each at
Okay.
it. So.
Yeah, and there's no sort of I do something to give a bonus to another character mechanic in this game.
What I'd say is you can whatever you if you roll a success, that it will be a then it would be they'd roll at advantage. So whoever wants to go first.
Let me try computers to give you a boost to your hacking.
Okay.
So I think your hacking will give you a better chance. Intellect roll. Too many buttons to click. Right, success.
Okay. All right.
So I'm going to start hacking the computer that he just touched, or
essentially you're probably using that little wire thing that came out of you. Or
yeah, there's many,
and you can probably go into her eye. Kind of around her eye.
Makes sense. Yeah.
There's no USB ports on her, so
no.
I just pops right out and dangles on one of those little rubber cords like a USB cover.
That's actually kind of what I was picturing. It's gross.
Okay, yeah.
But now you stick your wiry whatever.
Right. It's the ones on the back of my head are smaller to get into closer things, but this is bigger, so I have to really lean in and pull one from my neck and try to get it into the eye. It looks like I can see a little slot for it. So yeah, I'm gonna try that, and then I guess I'm gonna roll something, right?
Yeah, you're gonna roll your hacking, and you're gonna include your intelligence, and you're gonna choose the advantage and disadvantage thing.
Okay.
And in this case, you're gonna be at advantage.
Okay. Not sure.
You just got it.
Okay.
It takes you a little bit of finagling, but the android moves slowly. It's trying to be Jonesy. How fitting. It shudders slightly.
Oh, I'll put its eye back into its head.
And then it kind of like its head kind of does this kind of thing, but then it just like stops and blinks. And and I want to show you guys a picture. So let me stop this and show you a picture of her. You have seen her on the bring her up. The picture I'm going to show, not half of her face is not white. It is the picture I chose. Oh, come on already.
Oh.
Okay. So you do not see half her face is like this, but you see her face looks like this. So
this side. Okay.
Yeah. But this was just a cool picture I chose, and then because I was looking for something like this. So, but that is what she looks like. And she just kind of slowly looks around and says, "Systems syncing."
Best one yet.
And she attempts to stand, and kind of fumbles, almost kind of like a newborn deer, kind of.
Oh.
And stands up and says, "Systems fully synced. My systems indicate it has been 370 days. No, updating. She says 767 days since last update. Says, greetings. My name is Evangeline.
Hello, I am Taylor.
Greetings, Evangeline. I'm Walter. This
Hello,
is
Walter.
Jules, and Security Officer Mo.
And she spins and gives each of you kind of a friendly nod. I'm not familiar with either of you. You are not part of the manifest for the Armstrong. Who are you?
Not. We are members of a salvage crew that has been sent to recover your ship.
Salvage? Then something's gone terribly wrong.
Captain, you want to give him the details?
Can you tell us what went wrong? Can you access the...
and you notice she has on her uniform, she has a name tag that says, "Hi, my name is Evangeline."
Okay.
That is her token or whatever. So literally rolled that randomly. So
perfect.
Okay.
Evangeline, can you tell us the last thing you do remember?
the last thing I do remember is there was a disturbance among the crew. Crew member Sanchez was not feeling quite himself and was asked to go to medical to seek an examination. He had been quite irate about the status of our latest experiments. And I believe the doctor was taking him there when something occurred to me and I was turned offline.
What were these experiments you were performing? Or the crew was performing?
And she stands and looks around Lab 1. She says, well, as you can see, we have samples that the crew has been working on. This is considered a very secure site, and a lot of our work here is classified. And she pauses for a second. The Armstrong does not typically allow visitors, but you said you are a salvage crew. What is the name of your ship and your designation?
you see Jules really she's not willing to say that because she doesn't know what this Evangeline is going to do with that information. So she says, I'm sorry, Evangeline, that's not relevant. We're here to see what happened here, and as being said, salvage this facility.
And I see you have accessed our communication systems.
We did.
We've been unable to raise any other entities on the ship.
I am unaware of what has happened with the rest of the crew. As you can see, I was disabled.
Well,
I do hope they've come to no harm.
do you have access to all parts of the ship?
I do.
Then I must request that you join with us while we scout the rest of the ship and make sure there is no damage to it, and to account for the missing crew that was supposed to be here.
I'm afraid your unauthorized to view the rest of the ship, though. Although, if you would remain here, I will be taking my normal rounds through the ship and evaluating the crew's whereabouts and safety.
SD, I would like to ask a question.
Mhm.
Could I use a combination of military training and intellect to see if there is some military bylaw or code that gives the salvage crew authority in the situation?
Sure.
Oh,
Sure.
All
But you are
right.
not the military, though.
Military liaison.
But you work for... Well, she does not know who you work for yet.
That's
Not
right.
fair.
So, yeah, you can try to bullshit her if you want to.
I'm down for bullshitting. All right.
Yeah.
If you're not willing to bullshit a little bit, you're not playing right.
Right.
It will be a disadvantage, though.
Yeah, even if it's not military, there might be some maritime law that
Hmm.
covers it.
We're gonna see what happens. Yeah.
Oh, 82.
Okay.
82 and 28.
Yeah.
Wait.
But you rolled at disadvantage. You got a 28, so you did succeed.
Nah.
Wait, that doesn't
No.
make sense.
82.
Oh
If
no,
you
no.
roll up.
Sorry, I read it backwards. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. No, you failed and gained distress. I'm sorry. I
Sad.
read it backwards. Read it backwards. Sorry.
Tragic.
And she says, "I am not aware of any jurisdiction that you might have from unnamed system, unnamed ship.
Hmm.
Please wait here. Do you require refreshments? I know." And she kind of looks over at Walter and looks over at Taylor. "I know at least two of you are human." I'm sorry.
Strange way to put it. Yes, refreshments would be appreciated. Yeah, hold back. Queenie, go with her.
She says, "Really, we ought to turn the power back on first before we do anything."
That was our first goal.
She says, "Let me attempt to do that first." And she walks over to a computer terminal, sits down, and you do see something kind of slide out of her finger that is similar to Taylor, that kind of interfaces into one of the computers. She's like, "This will just take a moment. I would offer you something from one of the refrigerators here, but I don't think there's anything in there that would be safe for human consumption."
Perhaps the water supply is still potable.
"I will access that." Okay. She's tap, 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 tap.
I walk up to Taylor.
Mhm.
And kind of, I do whisper,
Okay.
so that our Evangeline doesn't hear it, but of course I'm still on comms, so everyone does hear it.
Mhm.
Were you able to hack her systems while you were in there, starting her up?
Oh, I did not think to do that. I just started her up so she could give us information if she chose. It's a little late now to attempt that.
I understand. It would have been an easy way in, but
Is she still in the room?
Evangeline?
Mhm.
Yep. Oh yeah, she's right near you. She's just typing away on a keyboard.
Okay, just noted.
And within about a minute, the lights come on. And everything seems to be popping on. She says, "I have restored full environmental systems."
Well, that's something. And they'll kind of look to Jules to see if they say what they're thinking.
You see that she doesn't trust this Evangeline one bit. But she says, "Thank you, Evangeline."
You're quite welcome. You may call me Eva if you like. Maybe of the crew preferred to call me Eva. And she just kind of gives this weird grin.
Oh, you are from a model from a long time back.
And she turns and looks at Taylor's. No, I'm actually far more advanced than you.
All right. I thought the smile was a problem. It looked like a glitch. My apologies.
She goes, no apologies are required.
I nod at her like, okay.
She says, if you would make yourselves comfortable here, I would like to resume my patrol of the station and ensure everything is as it should be.
During your patrol, would you perhaps hail whoever is supposed to be the commanding officer to meet us here?
Of course. And she kind of blinks a second, and then you hear like overhead. She's like, Captain Sanders, please respond. He's not responding. Captain Sanders, please. This is Eva. A priority 1 safety check for the crew. Radio silence.
Yeah.
You've heard of Dog with a Blog. It's your
She walks back over towards the airlock that you guys came in. She says, this appears to be damaged. I will have to repair this at a future date once I connect with the rest of the crew.
Yeah. We could be of assistance with that.
Thank you. Now, if you would remain here, I should be back within perhaps 20 minutes. And she's not really going to wait for an answer.
No.
She turns around, and she's going to actually go back out through, kind of steps through the broken airlock and leaves this way.
The minute she does, Mo gets on the comm. Dallas?
Yeah.
For safety protocols, block the entryway into the Sparrow.
He says, done.
We don't know what their programming is, so I'm just going to play it safe.
Okay. Well, we clearly have jurisdiction here as a salvage team on a vessel that has been declared effectively dead. I'm curious as to why you were reluctant to give our bona fides to Eva.
That's exactly why I was reluctant to do that. She thinks this ship is still in operation. So in her programming, she'll probably think we are trespassers.
Yes, and if she is delusional, then presenting her with our paperwork would be ineffectual.
Exactly.
Good thinking. I see why you're the captain. Dallas is like leaning up on the chair. No problem.
Smoking a cigarette.
Would any of you be able to access the systems through and she points towards the I don't know what this panel or something where Eve had connected to. Would anyone be able to do that same trick and see if they can make a connection with the systems without her noticing?
I believe
Technician
she
Taylor
would.
could.
I believe she will notice immediately if I start messing with this system. She is also likely to find several dead human crew members. She said something about a lot of years.
767 days since her last update.
Right. Maybe not a lot of years, but she will know if I attempt to access the system. And we don't know how she will respond to this.
We also don't know how she will respond to finding a dead crew.
Exactly.
This ship has been missing for 5 years now,
2.
right?
2?
2?
2, yeah.
Okay, so her memory then matches up with that. Good.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Taylor.
Well, their programming has to have some protocol for a FUBA situation. There is also the possibility that could have something in the program and instructing her not to tell us something.
I was waiting for it to come up. It was inevitable.
Something has me a little concerned. Taylor,
Yes.
you still have that bioscanner, correct?
Yes.
What's the range
Hold it up.
on it?
Oh, good question.
I didn't mean to throw that just
Yeah.
out in the out.
Well, I'm not sure it says. Let's see.
It has the range of plot.
Range of plot.
Nice try.
Oh my! Yeah, there was a
and,
thing in here about it.
Yeah,
I don't know how
let me
much
sort of
range
find
it
it
has.
in the
so-
equipment thing here.
Yeah, got it.
Allows the user to scan the immediate area for signs of life. Generally can scan for 100 meters in all directions without being blocked by most metals.
Okay.
Can tell the location of signs of life, but not what it is.
Okay.
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 All right.
All right. How far across is this ring?
That's a good question.
Probably about. Trying to convert it into meters. We're gonna say 500 meters.
Okay.
Let's say it's big. So
Okay. So I. What is this? Okay, that's funny.
you can. I believe you can. You would add that into, say, a computer role. Let's see.
Okay.
Let me look at your sheet real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
It would probably be I would say a computer's role. And then you'd add in your intellect with it at advantage with using this device.
Okay, so we want a computer's roll with intellect and advantage roll.
Oh no. Oh. But you have advantage, so you're good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So I just it's like a little almost like a squarish would look like a I don't know, like a
with the thing goes.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah, and there's like a little handle on the top so you can kind of aim it where you like.
And it shows you the shapes coming towards you. No,
right?
Yeah, that's another story.
That's a different story.
You, you do. It does detect something from down this way.
Okay.
And that is the only living signs that it gets from this way.
Okay. So after scanning around a bit,
Mhm.
there is one place with signs of life. I do not know what type. It is in not
Lab.
the first lab. I believe it is in the third lab. Something there is popping up as biological life. This does not mean whatever it is alive. It may be.
I'm more concerned by the fact that an entire intercom went off. This place has been missing for 2 years, and ain't nobody raised a fuss anywhere.
Right. So your scanner can detect organic material that may not be alive?
It may or may not be. It just detects what could be there.
Okay.
It is not something I can get much information from, just enough to know there is life of some kind, potentially. We would have to go there to know for sure.
Indeed. If there is a living crew member still on board, that would abrogate our claim on salvage of the ship. We should check this out.
If the power's up, we could try and get through, but
I believe Eva asked us to wait here. We do not want to trouble her. We do not know how she will react.
Well,
And
there's
if
one way to find out.
and if she's doing her rounds, she will pass through that lab and will, if that crew member is still alive, bring them here.
This makes sense. If they are still alive.
If they're not, they will probably tell us.
One would assume.
is there a terminal nearby that's just open? Maybe we're overthinking it and she left one open. I don't know. Just want to check.
Yeah, you glance over it. She didn't seem to have, controlled locked it or anything like that.
You gonna try to check her email?
Well, is there any sort of application for computer like security cameras or?
That clever. Now you do recall that she had this little thing that came out of her pinky and went into the computer, and then came back out. So yeah, you're looking at a basically like a blinking cursor kind of thing, like command. Yeah, you could certainly attempt to just start typing random things. You could attempt to hack. Crash caught on to why I was going that way.
Yeah.
Thank you, Crash. I'm glad you caught that. So.
That is the thing.
For further details, please watch our Dungeon World series, The Trash Mob. So,
go do it. It's great. Well, our options are either A, we sit here and we wait, and we maybe see if we can find some info just from the lab. B, we try and go to this source of life and ascertain what it is ourselves. Or C, we try and crack into this and get some more information about what the hell went on here. Jules, it's your call.
We need to find out what happened here. I'm not willing to tow anything back which has probably or potentially contamination in it.
Do you think we're looking at a biological hazard?
They have 3 labs. It is a possibility.
And as you said yourself, disappearing from the radar for 2 years without any distress call or SOS.
And with the life support systems turned down to a minimum, it's highly unlikely that there is anyone who survived.
All right. Jules, what's the move?
Let's see if we can break into the system.
And that's when everybody turns and looks at Taylor. So. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, really. I mean, that's the one that does hacking, you know. I mean, yeah. So if everyone's looking at me, then I can attempt to try to manipulate the computer that Eva has left open, but she may know if I access it. This could be problematic if she is upset.
As it currently stands, we're operating on minimal operational informational detail of whatever fancy word sort that I'll think of. As long as we don't destroy nothing and we don't look anything obviously confidential, we can probably soothe anything over. Besides, given the current circumstances, good Samaritan defense clause, Captain?
Absolutely. We need to find out what happened here, right?
Correct.
She may not know what has happened here. I mean, previous to the ship disappearing.
No, but I guess that even if she went offline, the systems in the ship would probably have recorded a little bit longer. Any additional information is welcome.
Indeed.
Okay. I will give it a try.
Okay. Hacking, you're going to include your intelligence at a disadvantage.
Oh, okay. Hacking, intelligence, disadvantage. Roll.
Gain a stress.
She's got 6 stress now.
Right behind you with 5.
Okay.
Oh my. Okay.
Anybody who has 5, please give me a panic roll. And that's going to be rolling your D20. You can.
Oh, okay. So am I to roll a panic roll as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody with 6. Oh, excuse me. Anybody with 5 or higher.
5 or higher. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I picked it up before I read the number. It's a 6.
Okay. Let's see what that is on our wonderful chart.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
Do you have the special chart for Android panics?
No, I do not.
Oh,
I'm just using the regular one.
Okay.
You gain the panic effect frightened. Gain a new condition, a phobia.
Oh my.
When encountering your phobia, make a fear save or gain 1d5 stress. So I am going to say her phobia. Let me find it on your bio.
Yeah. It's
Let me think about it for a second.
okay.
Okay, so I think Mo is going to make a panic save.
they did. They scored above their stress. So
Okay, good. So you keep it together, because if the Marine had panicked,
everyone
That's
makes
the
fear
problem.
saves.
Exactly,
Everyone makes fear
exactly.
save.
exactly.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. In terms of a phobia, you have a fear of letting down your teammates.
Oh no. Okay.
You're brought in to be such a specialist, and you've failed at this. The computer, it immediately just locked up when you tried. Unauthorized user. And the airlock over to the left of you, leading further onto the ship, you hear it click, like a lock kind of sound.
This did not work as intended.
Well, shit.
And I think that is where we're going to stop for today. That's a good spot to end for today. Well, shit.
Hey, it's appropriate for all situations. You don't know what's going on. Something just went wrong. Something weird's happening. Well, shit.
Yep. All right. I want to thank my players. This is my first time running this game, so I've thoroughly enjoyed this so far. Hope you guys are enjoying it. And we will pick up again next week. As always, I want to thank Crash for jumping in.
Yes.
And help keep the story moving. Yeah, let's just give everybody who wants to make a quick shout out for anything, go ahead and do that, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up. Let me close this.
There you go.
And I'll start with Jen because she usually has one ready. So
I do, yeah.
Let's start with her.
Okay, so I am the host of the Shattered Soulstone podcast, which is mostly following the Diablo series of games and whatever else comes out of the company that makes them. You can find it at shatteredsoulstone.com. New episodes generally come up every Saturday. We missed an episode because we had all this construction work going on outside, and that was not fun. So, shatteredsoulstone.com.
Right. You gain a fear of the United Nations research facilities. Q, you got anything going on?
Yeah, I just want to do a quick plug for Mobius Worlds Publishing. We are a small indie RPG publishing company. Our cornerstone is Prowlers and Paragons. We're the distributor for that, and we have various other things besides superheroes games. Check us out at MobiusWorldsPublishing.com.
And we love Prowlers and Paragons here at Restless Barbarian Gaming.
We do.
Gonna try to get back to it next year. Just have too
right.
much other stuff popping up that I don't know. Anyway,
so many good games.
There's so many good games. That's the problem. But we're gonna try to get back to some Prowlers and Paragons next year. Sandra, anything going on?
Yeah, you can find me on, I refuse to call it EXO, on Twitter, on Blue Sky and on Itch. And within a week, probably also on Drive to RPG, because I'm publishing my first Call of Cthulhu scenario.
Oh,
Excellent.
awesome.
So I'm really excited about that one. It took a while to get that finished, but it's set in the 1930s in the theater that I'm actually working in, the Stadsschouwburg in Amsterdam. Yes,
we will definitely post a link for that, and I would love to play it here on my channel. So because we love Cthulhu here, so awesome. All right, we're gonna have to do that. So awesome, great. And Minty.
Hi, everyone. I'm Minty Bo. You can find me. I don't post as much on X, Twitter anymore. Oh, God, I'm already starting to say it. You can also find me on Blue Sky, Minty Bo. You can find me here doing solo stream shenanigan bullshit, mostly Monster Hunter and other stuff at Minty_Bo. And I'm also part of the Blank Slate team, and we have some stuff coming out, so stay tuned for that.
Awesome. Cool. Alrighty. Well, here at the channel, we've basically given up on X. We've gone over to Threads, trying that out, but you can still find us on Instagram, that kind of thing. Again, thank you to my players. This has been a hell of a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to next week's conclusion, which will be next Saturday. Coming up Thursday, we have the next episode of Blood in the Water, our Vampire Masquerade Chronicle. So come check it out. If this is your first time here, again, thank you for joining us. Please give the video a like and subscribe so we can give you more content. So hold on. So
I am an ex-Twitter gremlin. I have made the transfer to Blue Sky.
I haven't gotten an invite yet for that. Maybe somebody will throw me an invite
I'll
if
hit
you
you
have a
up.
chance. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of it, so that's I'll investigate
Exactly.
that.
So, all right. Well, thanks everybody again for joining, and we will see you next week. Goodbye, good night, wherever you are.
Bye.
Yeah.
Stay safe.
Bye.